No, yeah.
Welcome to my live in Atlanta. Nature is therapy. Had to go handle some business. Salute from Atlanta, Georgia. Nature is therapy. I'm out here getting some of this nature, looking at my plants. I think I showed it on my platform the other day, but I'm going around this front and I'm gonna show you all what I got going on so far. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I'm not trying to show my visual this morning. Okay, give me a second. Somebody trying to send me something. Give me a second. My plants. Give me a second. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. What we have going on here. Okay, that's the wrong one. Let me let my lighting up a little bit. Okay, you see my plant? This is the cucumber plant. That butterfly is to keep the bugs away. That butterfly is for. But this is our cucumber plant here. See how it have grown? You see it? Still kind of dark this morning. And this right here, this is the bell pepper plant. Trying to see what's going on with my lighting here. Okay. It's a little lighting right here. Okay. You really can't see it good. But if you check out my content, then you'll see what I'm talking about. So the bell peppers have produced. Thank you for coming in. The bell peppers have produced, and we have some cucumber that have produced. So I'm sure, like at least a month before I see some watermelons produce. But so far, my son and I garden have been going pretty well. But like I said, I couldn't really. I thought if I turn on the light, I'm opening my side door where my carport at. When I turn on the light, I thought you'd be able to see it a little better, but it's a light in the front, and it's on the side of my house, and then the back of my house is still kind of dark, so it's kind of hard to see. But welcome in. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you coming in. I've been really having a hard time on this app. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're trying to push back my content because I speak on many things. I speak on trafficking. I speak on mental health. I'm a poet. I'm a believer. I do not have a niche. I speak on the government, and allegedly we have 4 dirty presidents, trafficking and all that type of stuff, pedophiles. And I do have to say allegedly, although if they sue me, they'll be practicing because I'm not rich. I'm rich in love. But when it comes to finances, they will be practicing. But God do supply all my needs. Let me see. I might show you my little I'll show you my little plants out here. Give me a second. So these are my roses, though. You couldn't see good in the back or the side of my yard because it's still kind of dark outside. But these are my roses. These right here have not bloomed again. Maybe in the spring they'll bloom. I don't know if you know anything about these plants. See, I call these the twins. One of them have a stem on it. If you look on my platform, in my content, you'll see how beautiful this one can get. But once it bloom, they go just as quick. But they're real pretty. It's like a white bloom. And those my I can't never say that name right. It's something like dandelions, but it's not. I'll figure it out later, y'all. But anyway, I call these the triplets because I have 3 of those. And some of these I already have, like these roses and stuff. This was here before I came here. However, my son and our garden is what we're starting on our own. I like these little plants right here. They had that purple on the tip because they'll attract hummingbirds. I've seen them come since I've been here, but not as much as they should. And this is my watermelon plant right here. So this is the one I said it's going to take at least, I'm going to give it at least 30 more days to show me something. But those bell peppers, they surprised me how they grew so fast. So, you never know. And this is my sweet potato plant. It haven't showed me in the bloom yet, but you can see it's spiraling out on all areas. And I have a regular potato. I think I'm going to do onions. Good morning. I think I'm going to do onions and, let me see. I may do some more cucumbers because these I make them myself from, I grow them from my own seed. Like when you have a watermelon or something like that, I never thought it would work. As a child, I tried it, but I didn't know what I was doing. But you use your own seeds. You can use your own seeds from your watermelon, your bell pepper, or whatnot. And it takes a little bit longer. However, it will grow. You dedicate to watering them. I put a little fertilizer in mine, and just follow other gardeners or farmers. If you don't know what to do, they will definitely show you. I'm Factz from Atlanta. And like I said, I do different content. Today, I didn't have everything put together. I don't like to continue to say my poems over and over again because the truth be told, I supposed to been doing some more poems, but I have my grandbaby, she ain't asleep. So I really haven't been focused for the last couple of days. As you know, kids getting ready to go back to school, so I'm spending time with her. And I am on both sides of Facebook. I am on Instagram. I'm no longer on TikTok, but I do have plenty of content on there. And that's why all my connections and my followers, I was like almost 2,000. But it's not about how many people following you. It's about how much engagement you get from those people. So I don't even worry about whether or not I have a lot of connections. I thank you all for coming by though. I usually have up a poll, but like I said, I don't know if they're trying to push me back or not push out my content, but I can't even put a poll up there. But what I've been focusing on lately is these cases. I love everyone. However, I especially love my people, even the ones that don't do me right, don't do us right, because we got some people that don't even like who they are. That's why I'm saying some people don't like who they are. But when it comes to, maybe they won't let me put the poll up there because of what I put up there yesterday. However, I'm going to say this. Our people, we got to do better. And I'm also going to say this. Nolan Wells, life matter. Kendrick Johnson, life matter. And it just don't make no sense that people are jealous of who we are. Like, why? We know everyone life matter. We need to know that Black lives matter. I have sons and I have young adults. My son just left. That's why I had to leave live and come back. I don't play about my sons, and they're adults now, or my granddaughter. I just told somebody the other day, stop putting your little girl on here. These parents need to stop putting their children on this platform. On any platform, their children, let them be children. I know they didn't have all this when I was a little girl. Even if they did, my mama don't play about me. Good morning, 80s blessed baby. How you doing? Yeah, we all our lives matter, but we need to know that Black lives matter. We're resilient people. And I know for a fact, I was raised in a house. I grew up this with my grandmama when she was a custodian in Atlanta Public Schools. I worked 3 years as a lead housekeeper at CNN. It don't all work is honorable. You gotta love yourself and know no matter where you are in your life that you're important. You brilliant. You stunning. You are needed. I look in that mirror and I celebrate me. You must celebrate yourself. Don't let these folks get you down. That's the problem. They know who we are. Like I was saying, I was raised in a house and something happened in life. And that something it wasn't nothing that we really did. It was us. And see, that's why I know about a lot of things too. Thanks for the lights. Basically, my family had to protect themselves from somebody that I don't like bullies. They were bullying. And because they protected themselves in whatever way they know how, they end up doing a little time. That's how I ended up in the projects. But you know what? One thing about it, the projects taught me, son, make nothing out of son. That's what my people do. We know how to make nothing out of son and how to educate ourselves. I came from a single parent household. I'm a single mother. But by the grace of God, I had a village. You know what I'm saying? I had a support system. My aunties, my uncles and all that. My grandma. 7 of us used to sleep in her bed with her. My grandmother is a strong woman. And not just strong, because I don't like to be known as strong. I mean, she had strength, courage. She was a virtuous woman. Nowadays, the virtuous women, I don't know what's going on with us. We're not leaving anything to the imagination. We letting it all hang out. I'll be 50 this year. And I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through. But like right now, I've been in pain. I fell out the darn tub. Had them folks come and fix my tub because I'm trying to turn off the water. Water wouldn't get turned off. And I slipped. It's been slippery since I got here. But if the water would have went off in the shower, I probably wouldn't have made that mistake. But now I already got carpet toner from cleaning up so much at CNN and, other stuff, whatever. I also been a child care teacher. I had my own classroom. See, we never know who a person is. You know what I'm saying? Or what we could be. That's why you don't judge a book by its cover. And another thing is, for me, I am who I am in God. I don't just worry about what nobody say who I am, because I know who I am and I know whose I am. Right now, God is ordering my steps, and I got to see what I want my next thing to be. But all these time, I spent almost a year on TikTok, and that's when I started back writing my poetry and meeting different people, doing karaoke and things that I like to do. Really getting to know my likes and my dislikes. I have been a cook. I have been a cashier. I have did security. But the most important thing for me, I used to have children in the summertime in my family. All of them your children now, but why did that even matter? But I used to take all of them to the park and do little picnics. We used to walk around the track, play volleyball, that's tennis, that type of stuff. But the most important thing for me have been being a mom. No matter what happened in that relationship or whatever, I always stand 10 toes down for mine. And let me tell you, God will provide. He will. He will. When I lost people, especially when I lost my grandmother, because my grandmother raised me part of my life, and I left CNN, they wouldn't let me get my other week's vacation. When I requested, and I told them, look, I think I'm having a mental breakdown. I lost my ID. I lost my badge. I lost my keys. Those are signs that you're having a mental or a nervous breakdown. And I knew this because I obtained a therapist. And I realized that I needed the therapist. After I lost my cousin, and he was young. I lost my nephew. His birthday was 7/24. And I know what mania is. And sometimes I have mania. Like I started talking a whole lot about a lot of different things. I started spending money that I shouldn't be spending. But now that I'm aware of that, once you become aware of something, then you know how to move. And that's just like what's going on in this world now. Now that we're aware, we know how to move. Now, we have sons and whatnot. Like I said, I don't dislike no kind, but I know I have one of my sons that he like YT girls. He do. But I talked to him about it, and he don't plan on being, just around them people by himself. We got to learn to guard our hearts, our mind, and our spirits. That don't mean love everybody, because I'm going to tell you the truth. One thing about me, I trust no one and believe in a few. And when I say that, I mean my family as well. I've seen some things and I've learned some things. I don't have friends, I have associates. Ladies, whether it's your family, friends, whatever, they'll try to lay with your man. So because of that, just that right there, that showed me who people can be. So I'm not blind to it at all. I check out people when they're around me. When the YT people come around me, I'm not treating them no different. I'm actually probably treating them even better. But I'm checking them out. Because I know people have hidden agendas. And I always tell people, not my son. Even when it's older women, don't try to talk to my sons and take advantage of them. I peep game. I learned how to peep game and find folks' hidden agendas. And to move accordingly. Because I'm a person, I tell people, one thing about me, I'm a realist. And another thing I've been talking about on this platform is passive, aggressive, and assertive people. If you look into my content, you'll see that. We're not going to go down that road right now. But I've been practicing being assertive because I've been passive most of my life, allowing people to walk over me like I'm a welcome mat. And people gaslight you and make it seem like they helping you when you really helping them. So you got to pay attention. I appreciate you all engagement. I'm gonna say this other thing before I just go back into this nature sounds. I love to hear the birds chirping and all that to let me know it reminds me to stop and enjoy the view. Signs, for signs, God is trying to reveal your calling to you. One, a gift you have the skills for already. You are qualified. You may feel unqualified. Two, you will feel it. You will feel it's not for you or undeserving of it. Three, the devil will attack it, especially if it's about the kingdom of God. Know what is specifically being attacked. I talk about attacks, knowing when you're under attack. Four, others will validate your calling. You must place yourself around like-minded people. We must place ourselves around like-minded people. Now, when I say that, I want to stop and say this. I love my people, especially those who I know. I call them my other family. A friend of mine, through him, his family have became my family. His friends, his mother, all of them like my family, right? However, if I'm trying to be a different person, have new hobbies, new ways of doing things, like I like nature. I started back doing my puzzle. I like to walk. I like to exercise. I like to investigate and see how many people have been lynched, how many people have been found in water, how many people have been trafficked. I spend my time doing that. So spending my time partying and all that, and I'm about to be 50, I can't do those type of things no more. It's not like me no more. Like, I can still go around people. If you like cigars, whatever, smoke your cigar. I'm just not going to smoke it with you. Now, sometimes I have me some wine or something like that every now and then. Some drinks, like, you drink it, your stomach explode to get bigger. I'm trying to be in better health when I get 50. I'm trying to eat better, move different, We have to set ourselves around like-minded people. I'm believing God. So if that's not what you own, then I can come around you. I just can't spend too much time there. Because in order for us to minister to others, we do have to be around them sometime. But being around them too often, that's not a good thing. It's just not a good thing. People are like, well, why you don't? I know what I'm doing, and I know what God is doing. And he's perfecting something into me. In order to elevate and to grow, we must grow up and have a growth mindset. And I was looking at people farming and gardening, and I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to do that. My grandmother, she always had plants in her yard, and I used to go in the yard with her and everything, beautify the yard. But we got a peach tree in my grandmother's yard. It's still there. I don't go over there because other people be at that house, and that's a whole nother story. They can have that house. I never really wanted anything that somebody else, wants or worked for. Anything, I always believe anything that God want me to have, what God has for me is for me. So I leave that alone. I was going to go over there and fertilize it and see if the peaches will be prettier than what they are, because they are still there. However, they haven't had no love. You have to give your garden love. You have to give it food. You have to give it water. You got to nurture it. Just like us, we have to be fed and nurtured in order to grow. Now, if you're around people and you're not growing and they're not growing, then that's not a good thing. Because we're here for a purpose. And once you connect with God, you can find your purpose. Ask him what your purpose is. Ask him to direct your path. Draw near to God and he will draw near to you. So where I'm at in life is I'm trying to be in this world but not of this world. And I try to really figure that out, balance that out, because I do have sons. I do have a granddaughter. But some of these things in this world that people into, I'm just not into. You know, they want to know where the next vacation at. They want to know where the next event at and all that. And it's okay to get out, but you got to have balance in life and know that life it's like a game, a chess game to me. You know, that's my opinion. And I didn't care about no World Cup. And I'm not a selfish person, but at the end of the day, what is the World Cup doing for me? I don't know who's still here. Thank you for still being here. But I want to say this. Look into my content. I speak on this young lady named Allie Leonie Carter. Some people want to gaslight and make it seem like, oh, she's making things. Who's going to make up that they've been trafficked and abused since they was a little girl? And they know people in it, you know, in that field, in that business. And they start calling names. And some people, they don't want to believe, because when names called, like, I don't care if you YT, I don't care if you BLK, wrong is wrong. I don't care what president you is. If you're a pedophile, allegedly, or trafficked, I don't care who you is. You can be Trump, you can be Biden, you can be Obama. Mind you, all these Clinton, all these names have been called, along with prominent people. And I'm from Atlanta, Young Jock. There's some more people out there who name been called. Denzel Washington. You can believe or not believe. Good morning, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. But it don't matter who it is. If you're trafficking, if you're doing somebody wrong, you could be Michael Jackson. That'll always be not my number one. Whoever you are, and I do believe they lied on him. The people who really doing things, they're the ones they don't want to hear about. But people believe a lie before they believe the truth. It's in the Bible. It said there was going to come a time when people no longer hunger or thirst for the truth. They want to be fed lies. They want people to tell them things that's going to make them smile. But when I was in church, the pastor used to say, if the shoe fit well, if it hurt, take it off. But they're going to tell you some truth. They're not going to tell you things to make you feel good. So as I was saying, if you want to go down the road and just find out stuff, like I call myself fact-seeking facts, because I look into things. I don't just come and say this, that, and the third. There's things called a fact, and then you got an opinion. The truth is out there. We just got to realize whether or not we want to hear the truth. The truth gonna hurt. Because when I first heard about it, it broke my heart, but it fits my vision. So yeah, these prominent names have been called, and I'm going to say allegedly. Like I said, they sue me, they'll be practicing, because I'm reaching God. I don't have no finance like that. But don't just look at Trump, look at Obama, Biden, all these people in government. That's in the Bible too. And everything that's in the Bible is being revealed. You know, in order to find out what's really going on with folks being found on the tree, in the water, children disappearing, you must investigate for yourself. It's like the Bible. A person can preach to you, but you got to know the word for yourself. You know, then you see what you come up with. There's nothing new under the sun, though. There's nothing new under the sun. And I have this memory problem, but let me tell you, this is how you know when you're in line with God. I can forget what I'm going in the house to get, but when it comes to that word of God, God makes sure he instilled it into me. Fret not of evildoers. They will wither away like the green grass. These people might think they're getting by, but they won't get away. They will not get away. Trust me. And so I tell people who say I don't believe in God, I say, well, you don't have to believe in God. You'll reap what you sow. But the universe had this thing called karma. And what you put out there, you will get back. It might be your next generation. So you have to be very careful what you're doing out here in this world. Because somebody see you. Somebody always see you, whether it's good or bad. I had people come up to me and say, you know, I like what you're doing. You have integrity. You're doing a good job. And I've also seen people tell me, and I've seen them, that person there, they hide. They don't clean up no restrooms. They come in here intoxicated. So someone is always watching you. Someone is always watching you. When I used to take those kids to the park, my family, children, all that to the park, I walked them to the store, get snacks and everything. And I had this guy come up to me and, I don't know if he was telling the truth. He was dressed the part though, and he had somebody with him. He said, basically the Lord told him to ask me, will I speak at his church? And I was like, who, me? And I was surprised. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I might. And I'm like, I'm not ready for that. That's not what God wanted me to do, because I thought God wanted me to be a minister or something. My mom is a minister, by the way. But that wasn't for me. But I appreciated the fact that he's, asked me to speak at his church, whatnot. But we just have to be, watch as well as pray. We have to watch as well as pray. And one more verse I would say that I remember that God reminds me of. I come out here and I look at my yard, and I like my house that I'm in. Right now I'm renting it, but while I'm here, it's mine. That's why I started growing. God said grow something. Don't just look at them people with their garden and with their farms. That's a sign. So that's when me and my son, we started growing. And so I said that to say this. I'll be 50 this year, and I've been in and out of relationships. I used to be in a relationship a very long time, though. That's a good thing and that's a bad thing. I want to show my children what I wanted. I always wanted a real relationship. That's why I have all of them by the same man. And I'm glad I was engaged to that man, but I'm glad I didn't, marry him, because he was very abusive and everything. But I had a conversation with someone, and God put this word in me. It couldn't have been them but the Lord. He said, don't be dismayed. Don't be down. I will restore to you the days that the locusts took away. And he let me know you still got a lot of life in you. And if you never marry, you will be okay. You with me. Spend that time doing what I call you to do. And that is so real to me. My mom never been married. And she okay. It can get lonely sometimes. Right now I have a friend. And at one point, I thought it was a future in that, but it's not. It's not, because we are unequally yoked, is what they call it. I be careful with telling folks you're not on my level, because they feel offended when you say that, or get on my level. Although I might play that song today on my platform, but unequally yoked. You're going somewhere, and I'm trying to go somewhere else. Growth come in different ways. Elevation come in different ways. Elevation can be to elevate in the career realm, whereas my elevation is with God right now, in life. So I just want to say this. All those that came by and spent time, because time is something you can never get back. That means more than money to me. May God bless you with prosperity in all areas of your life. Because wisdom is one of the best things you can have. So that's why I say, may you have prosperity in all areas of your life. That means your health, your wealth, your children, your generations. And I just have to break it down. Again, thank you for coming through. I'm going to listen to a little bit of this nature, because I know my granddaughter will be up in a minute, and she'll be ready. They be ready when they get up, honey. They be ready. And before I leave here, I'm going to say this too. Before my granddaughter get up, I'm going to drink the rest of my tea and enjoy this nature. But I didn't have any girls. I had 2 miscarriages. But I have 3 sons, and God is so good. He gave me a granddaughter, and her birthday is on my birthday, 9/22. I'll be 50 and she'll be 6. And that was another sign that God will restore to you the days that the locust worm tried to take away. Keep your faith. I'm on my faith journey. I'm on my growth journey. We grow every day. We never stop growing. I can learn something from any age group. You can learn something from any age group. And they can learn something for you too. From you too, also. So I'm not gone, but I'm about to listen to some of this nature and drink my tea, sip my tea. Again, I thank you to everybody that came by to support. It mean the world to me. You mean the world to me. If nobody haven't told you, I love you, and God does too. Have a blessed and successful Monday. Factz. You thought I was worth saving, so you came into my life. You thought I was worth healing, so you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was a fall, so you came into my life. So I can be clean, so I can be whole, so I can tell everyone I know. You thought I was worth saving, so you came into my life. You thought I was worth healing, so you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was the fall, so you came into my life. So I can be clean, so I can be whole, so I can tell everyone that I know. Thank you, Jesus. I will be live again today between 12 and 2. I can't give a specific time, but it will be between 12 and 2 o'clock EST. Nature is therapy. Mindfulness meditation. These right here are called gardenias. I forget sometimes. I call them I'm sorry, these right here, these gardenias. I call them the triplets. It's one down there. And then I have these two right here. I forget the name of. These are my roses. These are the beautiful plants that bring the hummingbirds by with the purple on them. This is my watermelon. They haven't sprung yet. Probably about 30 or more days. They take up to 90 or 100 days. These are my bell pepper plants that I was speaking about. Nothing have really bloomed right here. You see how big that is now? Okay, and this right here is my other bell pepper plant. Let me see, can I locate what my growth is? Okay, here's one of them. There's one of them. And here's the other right there. Peeking out. You see that? That is beautiful. And this right here is my cucumber melon plant. My son and I. So we're seeing some growth. Okay, I'm gonna do a little karaoke because I love to sing even when my voice is not all the way where it's supposed to be. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrows. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Amen, amen. Don't forget to pray as you go on your way. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. Here I am, here I stand. Lord, my life is in your hand. Lord, I'm longing to see your desires revealed in me. I give myself away. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. I'm about to end this live. I just want to end with saying this. If everybody in my world was just like me, what kind of world would my world be? If everybody in my church was just like me, what kind of church would my church be?